Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. So the South African National Taxi Council has called on its drivers to be extra cautious on the roads. That as commuters have started making their way to different destinations for the festive season. Fatigue, reckless driving and unroadworthy taxis are often behind many accidents in this country. So for more on Santaco's plans in order to ensure road safety, let's bring in this council spokesperson, that's Bafana Magagula, who joins us via the video link this morning. Great to have you on the program, sir. Thanks very much indeed for making time. And Merry Christmas in advance if you're celebrating. In the lead up to that, though, many families are going to be hoping that their relatives get home safely. Santaco has released a joint statement with the National Liquors Traders Association as both these organizations look to ensure safety. Tell us exactly how this campaign is likely to unfold. The National Liquors Traders, I beg your pardon.
Thank you very much. And thank you for bringing us to the 405. And we greet all our listeners, our drivers, and our passengers that are on the road, and everybody who is supporting our business. As you said, if we are celebrating Christmas, unfortunately, due to the high volume of accidents that we are experiencing, it is very hard to say we will enjoy Christmas. As I speak to you, I'm on my way to Limpopo. Some of my team is on their way to Paris, to Villiers, where it is reported that there's a terrible accident there. And let me come straight to the point with regards to our joint operation with the liquor traders, pronounced by Mr. Lakintimane yesterday. This relationship comes way back 2021, 29 March. We launched it in Kempton Park, taxi rank. The aim is to bring more attention and cautious and caution to road users, especially the taxi drivers whom we are responsible to. This message does not only go to them, it goes to as well as the other normal road users, but mainly as a taxi industry, we are concentrating to our taxi drivers. Liquor traders, National Liquor Traders is able to access taverns, ship-ins, and taxi, and taxi ranks. So we then said, since we have access to all taxi ranks and they have access to ship-ins and taverns, let's form partnership and try and not only fight these road carnages at taxi rank level, but also fight it where we believe it's its source, where somebody goes to a ship-in and say, let me take one and get on the road and do these campaigns there, where we believe it comes from. We are aware that there are ship-ins around taxi ranks, and unfortunately we cannot remove them due to the laws of this country. However, we believe that having more partnership with people who are directly involved, especially in selling liquor, like your distillers and so on, it will assist when they talk and give warnings that liquor should not be taken whilst you are going to be on the road by anyone, not only the taxi driver, but anyone who is going to use the road, so that we reduce carnages on the road.
Yeah, you've touched on several things. In fact, you've also mentioned some kind of accident in Limpopo. Mr. Kakula, are you able to give us a bit more details around what happened and how bad it's looking?
Well, the one in Limpopo, it was a truck. There are still investigations as exactly what happened, because unfortunately it was a truck and a taxi where 7 people died instantly. Yesterday it was a memorial service there, and today we are going to get into more investigation with the Department of Transport in Limpopo, and as well as going on roadblocks and do a more campaign to make sure, or to try and make sure that drivers are aware of the dangers that they put themselves when they don't respect and obey the rules of the roads.
Yeah, and apologies if you already mentioned this, I might have missed it, but when did you say the accident happened?
Yeah, the other accidents, we are just told right now it happened. This one happened on the R55 along almost very close to a place called Podingwane. And it has been a long period, but there are families that are just suffering some pains. Another one is on the N3 as we speak towards Villiers. And when we were informed about 30 minutes ago, police were not yet at the scene, and we hope our team is on their way there to go and investigate as to what happened and how we can assist as a Shokomela program of Santaco, which is in the heart of our president, Baba Abna.
Fair enough. I'm interested to talk a bit more about this campaign in association with the National Liquor Traders. I wonder what that actually looks like. I mean, I think you've done a really good job at kind of carving out the complexity, as it were, especially when we consider the dynamic of having shebeens close to taxi ranks. You know, that is, in some ways, a recipe for disaster. Should we start looking at there being some kind of strict rules or laws of just not selling any kind of alcohol, especially to people who are drivers, who are known to be operating at that taxi rank, if they're on shift?
It is our aim to make sure that there's no one taking liquor before he gets into a taxi. Those shebeens, if we could do on our own, we would remove them because they are a temptation of some sort. But unfortunately, due to the laws of the country, we cannot do that. We then decided that we cannot just fold our arms and say, no, because the laws doesn't allow us to remove them, so we do nothing. And then we said, since there is a rep, because the National Liquor Traders Association led by Mr. Lakin Timane represents the owners of those shebeens, then we need to go and get access into the shebeens. One, preach the gospel of don't drink and drive, but also make sure that no driver gets into those shebeens during working hours and take liquor and then gets into the rank. Because unfortunately, if we are not able to go stop it there, we are unable to control it outside of those shebeens. And that is why we are trying our level best to work hand in hand with the people who represent those shebeens or shebeens and taverns. We also on a campaign to go from door to door of these shebeens and taverns to preach a gospel of, even if it's at night, we are trying to come up with a hotline where we say the owner of the shebeen, when he notices or realizes that one of his customers has taken too much than he can be behind the steering, they give us a call, we go and assist that customer and take him home without endangering the lives of other road users or the life of the person himself.
Fair enough. Bafana Magagula, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us. Bafana speaks for the South African National Taxis Council as we lead up to the festive season. Once again, thanks very much indeed for your time.